0, 1. Let's get started.
Why they stopping me?
Crypto fam, this is Ball Deep Crypto, my first video, so work with me here. I'm not going to edit, just kind of run through it and see what happens. Currently, XLM sitting about 24.7, so just under 25 cents, up 6.96. This is right around the time that there's a peace deal in Iran and Israel. We'll see how long that lasts, but irrelevant of that, we're here to talk about crypto. I'm not going to bring anything breaking or revolutionary to the table here. Just gonna, I yap about it enough. I figured I might as well just get on here and see if people want to listen to me do a little this, a little that. Some of my go-tos, my man Day, Red Pill Pro, obviously way more informed than myself, but been loving his material, everything he puts out. Digital Hustle, love him. Be Crypto Smart, just to name a few people that I've listened to, that I enjoy listening to. I don't feel like they're paid shills and people like that. I doubt I'll ever get to that level, and if I do, I'll tell you exactly what it is. But I'm just here to honestly, hopefully, give you some guidance, if you haven't found it already, into the world of crypto. I'm a middle-aged person, not the most savvy and everything else, but I do believe that crypto is the future. So, to say that any of the things that I say are financial advice, I would advise against listening to myself. As far as that goes, I trust myself 100%, but, full disclosure, I'm not a wealthy person, but crypto is my way out of that hole, hopefully. Hopefully it is for you, and hopefully you get something out of this that maybe opens your eyes to how my eyes were opened. Now again, Red Pill Pro, he always references the PayPal Mafia, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, etc. A little bit of the tweets that I'm going to go over today are a few of the people that I follow that I find to be interesting. XX_1133. You see it. Peter Thiel, Brian Bellendorf, and Mitroll Capital, Palantir, Paxios, Linux, Hyperledge. A few of these companies here that are part of the same circle and or chain, you should say. They've been doing online digital processing for a while, whether it be PayPal, etc. So as you can see here, what they're doing here is Hyperledger and Cacti are basically forming rails that can be used on the Stellar network. Now, this video is going to be mostly about Stellar. Love Stellar, XLM. They are absolutely a sleeping giant, in my opinion. Jed McCaleb was one of the co-founders of Ripple, the XRP, I apologize. So the man has got his tentacles in all kinds of things. I mean, they're doing the Ukrainian, money over there for the people in need. Basically, they have real-time rails that they're using over there. He's got Vast, so he's working with SpaceX and Elon Musk. He's got ties to that. Peter Thiel, obviously, he's got ties to all that with X Money and everything else. As you can see, the Linux Foundation, Mendorf here. You're looking at quite the collaboration here. Paxios, Palantir, of course, everybody knows who Palantir is. They're probably watching this video as we speak. As you can see on Stellar's own page, they're trusting leading institutions. One of them happens to be Paxios. There we go. Everybody knows about Franklin Templeton, 1.7 trillion in assets that they're currently onboarding as many RWAs as possible. So obviously RWAs, they do a little bit of the person-to-person. They're basically like the plumbing and the rails that, in my opinion, that all the financial institutions are going to use and utilize. It's very cost-efficient. 1/1000th of a penny per transaction. Obviously scales up for the money-wise, but just really cheap. No mining required. Absolutely beautiful. Hyperledger obviously at the bottom, which we were talking about, the DTCC, which does, what, 2.3, I believe, quadrillion dollars in RWA, or transactions per year. I mean, you're talking about some serious, serious money here. I'll come back to that right here. We're going to go to just some guy. I mean, this guy's spitting over here. He's talking about the Web3 from Google. Is having a conversation this week. Participants include Tom Weller from Stellar.org and PayPal too. Google Pay is already registered as a payment rail on Stellar. Stellar is so many rails. The beautiful thing about Stellar is every single time that anybody uses the Stellar rails, they have to pay with the native coin of XLM. So it charges XLM every single time it gets used. I mean, this is just a beautiful thing. I mean, if you've got Stripe using it, you've got PayPal using it, you've got whoever using it, Velo, beautiful, Velo, love Velo. You've got SHX, love SHX, Stronghold, Sean Bennett, Timmy Camp. I mean, just on and on and on. Anybody that uses the plumbing and or the rails of Stellar has to pay the Stellar native fee. As you can see, anchors for Stellar.org, they've already got Google Pay as a setup on there. Rich Weidman is the head strategy of Web3, Google, independent. As you can see here, he points out that Google Pay uses Stellar. It can be used to explore and utilize the Stellar network for various financial transactions. I mean, on and on and on. Stellar, just a beautiful thing. As you can see here, permissionless 4, unleashing payments at the speed of the internet. Here it is. You've got the people that are going to be there talking about it. Tom Weller, Stellar Development Foundation. Rich Weidman from Google. This is going to be coming up. Actually, shoot, what is today? 22nd, 23rd? Actually, this might be today, tomorrow. I don't even know what day it is. Sorry. But, as you can see, very beautiful. Tokenizer. XLM Stripe. Stripe in August of 2014, Stripe invests in Stellar. October 24, Stripe integrates Stellar at Meridian. Stripe partners with Paxios for stablecoins. And then Stellar partners with Paxios for stablecoins. And in May, Privy adds Stellar for support. Stripe acquires Privy. The connections and ties to Stripe and Stellar just continue to grow. And they do. Take a look at that. I mean, just kind of a little blockchain going down. I mean, you know, you're talking about just rails on rails on rails. And when these companies use Stripe, Paxios, Privy, anybody uses these rails on Stellar, again, Stellar is the native coin that they must charge. There's only 50 billion of them because they burned 50 billion. I mean, supply, demand. Once retail catches on, they're coming in. You know, and the Stellar coin is the buffer between the networks. It's the smart contract. It's everything that the the Stellar Foundation needs to use. So anybody that's using that network needs that coin. So you want to be in at 24 cents, in my opinion, and or cheaper. But again, not financial advice. It's your money. I'm already broke, so I wouldn't really listen to me per se, but it makes a lot of sense if you start looking at all these big players and this little bitty bit of money for a coin here. Like I said, XX again. I mean, this guy just has, I don't know who he is. Might be a girl. Love him. This guy is smart. He kind of gives you a breakdown here. PayPal invested in Paxios and partnered with them about a year ago, officially for stablecoin advancement. You know, Keith Rabios, sorry, I'm not the best at that, of PayPal Mafia invested in the chain, which became Interstellar for a while before breaking off. He's an advisor on Stellar. Sam Altman of OpenAI is also an advisor on Stellar. I mean, OpenAI invested in Stripe and Stellar. Stripe obviously funded Stellar. Stripe was lead funded by Peter Thiel. Everybody knows him, and Elon Musk and other technocrats. The usual suspects. Seems like they got their hand in everything that has to do along with this, you know. And also, Ginger Baker now is with Meta and doing the Meta money, and she was from I believe Stripe and with Stellar. I don't know off the top of my head, but she was part of the Stellar fan. So she worked for both of those, and now she's organizing. I mean, Facebook by itself is 3 billion potential customers and access to them along the way. I mean, it's just really I mean, PayPal, PayPal Money, which I think also is tied into Walmart, as well, but I believe that might be SHX. But here we go. Greg Brockman. He is the co-founder and chairman of OpenAI. He was formerly the Stripe CTO, a leading Silicon Valley startup. As you can see here, he's on the is the advisor at the Stellar Foundation, Development Foundation. He's OpenAI, K-Splice. I mean, this guy is, Silicon Valley, PayPal Mafia, the whole nine. And of course, I mean, how could you have any conversations about Stellar without Goku, the GOAT? My son would love this guy because he's a real big he's a real big Goku guy, you know what I mean? So that's his jam. I don't even know the guys' names. I just know there's like a green guy that gets down. Anyways, this kind of gives into some interesting facts. I can break it down for you real quick. I mean, the Facebook secret, Tammy Camp Stronghold, love SHX, love Stronghold, Sean Bennett. I mean, I'll get into that in another SHX video, and people have gone over it over and over and over. But Tammy Camp obviously went to Singularity University, just a brilliant mind. She revealed that in a video that they built 4 million users on Stellar while working with Facebook back in 2014. Now again, Ginger Baker's there now. She's in charge of the Meta money. They've got that relationship there where they've onboarded that many people, and you've got the connection between Stellar and Stripe, etc. I mean, it's 24 cents. Take that for what you will. Again, not financial advice. The Stripe holding. Stripe purchased 2% of all XLM in 2014 and still holds it. While they processed 1.4 trillion in annual payments. The CEO sits quietly on the Stellar's advisory board. Why would a company handling that much money maintain its position for a decade? I mean, right? MoneyGram. MoneyGram's 150 million plus customers are already using Stellar without knowing it. That's real users. Ethereum, Solana, trash. I don't like them. But hey, to each their own. Do you? What do I know again? They combine that isn't, and all their payment blockchains combined. It's happening right now, 200 plus customers or countries, you know what I mean? They want to do person to person. They're going to do RWAs. They can do cross-border. I mean, Stellar XLM is really just different. It just does everything. It's such an incredibly attractive company. Jed McCaleb's a genius. He's the guy created XRP with Ripple and with David Schwartz and Arthur Brito. I mean, the guy is just he's a different cat, but he's my kind of person. You know what I mean? So I really believe in everything that Stellar is doing here. The PayPal Mafia connection again, Red Pill Pro, and others have stated. I mean, this is really just the connections are endless with this. X.com when they were trying to do the credit card thing and everything else. That was the original payment program, and now they're going to be building X Money. You know what I mean? In my opinion, that could go. I think it'll still run on Stellar, but I'm hopeful because I love it. Is also SHX potentially. Love SHX. Really love SHX. And Velo as well, to be honest with you. They call that the XRP of Asia. I'm a big fan of even at AFR, to be honest with you. It's got my attention a little bit. I don't really know all that much about that. They don't really put out much, but Africa is very interesting. So, again, not financial advice. These are just things that are rails that are currently Stellar projects that they're working with. Just really interesting. And then you've got Franklin Templeton, the institutional takeover. I think where they talked about Franklin Templeton got on and they did transactions, and there were 50,000 transactions, and no matter what, it cost them $1 to do this transaction as far as like the associated base fee of whatever it is, and not on top of including the back end clerical and crossing the T's and dotting the I's type of clerical work on the back end. But with blockchain, they did the same 50,000 transactions and put them on the Stellar blockchain, and it cost them something like $130 to do the same thing that cost them 50,000. I mean, as an institution, Franklin Templeton can look at that and say, If they don't do it, then their competition's going to do it, and they're going to be left in the past. So they're doing everything they can right now, and currently, as we live and breathe, are tokenizing assets and getting as much assets into it as they possibly can. PwC, U.S. Bank, other financial giants are actively building on it while everyone's distracted by meme coins. I mean, this is just, it's brilliant. So I just want to do, I'm sorry if I talked a little fast. I just want to get this out there, though. Like I said, it's my first video ever. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. Hopefully there's some knowledge and some things that you can take out of this. Again, not financial advice, but just XLM is just beautiful. You know what I mean? Here's some people here that actually talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm not a chart person. I couldn't tell you that. You know, I love XDC. Don't get me on that. But it really is an interesting project. In my opinion, crypto is the future. It's fast. It settles instantaneously, 3 to 5 seconds. It's an open source. The old way is antiquated and old, and crypto is the future. So hopefully I can put some more material out, maybe guide you along some things that I see, don't see, some things that I like, don't like. I mean, I'm pretty much an ISO 222 guy, just am. I'm boring. I don't like the meme coins. I don't mess around with that stuff. I don't FUD with it. I just stay in my lane, take my little bit of money that I have every single time, and I hope that I can turn it into something that is for my kids, really, because I'm already resigned to the fact that I'm broke. So even if I make it rich, I'll just give it all to them. That's just who I am. You know, everybody's different, and it's not even really, I don't know. I just, I might have slight autism. I do, but I just see things differently, and for whatever reason, crypto just makes sense to me. It just really does, and hopefully a lot of people are close to it that I've spoken to and try to speak to about it. And I'm hoping that maybe I can reach out to some people who have thought the same way, but maybe might be opening to hear it differently, and maybe open their eyes and see the same things that I see. If not, I still hope you have a good day, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me, and hopefully listen to the end. If not, hopefully you got what you needed before that. Have a great day. Ball deep crypto. Chase a check. Never chase a bit.